ESPN has acquired the NFL Network and RedZone. So it's already ESPN's already the biggest player in the space, pretty comfortably, right?
Yeah.
So they're kind of trying to take a stranglehold on this whole sports arena, because I think last season or the end of the last season was the last one for NBA on TNT as well, right?
And ESPN,
so ESPN acquired that.
The NBA,
So if they end up owning NFL games, RedZone, NBA on TNT, what's really left? They kind of do, like, that's a lot of what I watch personally, right? Well, their next thing would be to launch some sort of app, or probably already have one.
NFL is I feel like it's a big one for them because
massive.
Because otherwise you have all those televised games that they're having on Netflix, right? You have the Prime, I think, had one, right? So you're in this arms race with
a couple. I think they do Thursdays.
Yeah. So then if you're in that race, if you're ESPN, you do gotta do something there.
They're realizing, though, look at them adapt. Look like how quickly they're like, oh, we gotta
it came at a cost, right? So NFL now owns 10% equity stake in ESPN. Right, which I don't know.
They give them 10%.
Yeah, 10% equity.
Okay.
Right, and that's a cost of owning RedZone and NFL Network.
Well,
right,
RedZone's huge, man.
So I look at that, and if you don't want to look at it from just the money, right, and the sports and the ratings, if I was looking at it from a different side, which is, imagine all the conversations you have about Kaepernick or about CTE, about all of these things, right? If NFL has a stake in ESPN, you think theoretically they can't be like, hey guys, we're not talking about that. What are you doing?
For sure.
We're not talking about that. Right? So like it can get into this weird place where now about the NFL, certain negative things might not be said. I'm not saying that they are definitely going to do this, but if I was like, imagine if ESPN or NBA also own 10% of ESPN, right? And now if NBA says, let's just pretend, I don't know, John Morant's our poster child. Don't say anything bad about it.
Don't say a single thing.
You can bury
I didn't even think of that angle.
I thought of it right away. I was just like, okay, I see the excitement, right? Because
there's money for both sides.
Because also ESPN on the sports side of things, they do a good job of covering basketball. They do a great job. Right. NFL, I don't know if I heard a lot of people saying they should keep the NFL faces. If they change them, then they're not going to like that. Right? You know, so a lot of people arguing about that. I just hope that you get like the Stephen A's of the world, whoever's talking about the NFL. That you don't change your stance on it simply because of ESPN, right? Because even Stephen A, you'll hear him say, on his podcast, he's like, I'm allowed to say whatever he wants here. But on ESPN, he'll say it and he'll admit to it. He's like, I have bosses. Like, I don't own the network. There are certain things that I can't talk about, certain things I can't. So if those certain things are CTE and they are like things that are controversial in that way, or like, you know, if they like, it's a weird space then.
Just in general, like RedZone is massive. It's been huge for the NFL, like ever since it's come out. And even inside the NBA, there's so many fans out there that are really worried that the product's going to suffer, right?
On ESPN?
Yeah, both programs, potentially, right? Because I heard Bill Simmons, the sports writer, I don't know what the hell he does now, podcast, right? I guess. He's been on ESPN and stuff, and he himself, he said immediately when the deal happened, he's like, that show's done. He's like, ESPN's horrible. He's like, whenever you're doing commercials, they go, we got to cut. They'll cut you off. The beauty of Inside the NBA is when they're just riffing, when they go totally off script, and they're just like, oh, you're fat, you're bald, and they're just making fun of each other, right? That's why that show won all these Emmys and stuff. If you mess around with that,
but I think
strict on timelines,
I think that might work with a Ernie or with a Stephen A. That's not going to work with Shaq and Chuck.
Exactly.
Charles Barkley is going to be like, damn, what are you talking? I don't want. Like, he's done. He's like, I quit. I can't do this. I can't do this for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I'm done. I'll retire.
That's the thing I'm scared of with both of them, because I love RedZone too. Like, NFL's starting up.
Yeah, RedZone's sick, right? Like you just watch RedZone
non-stop action.
But like, hopefully the coverage doesn't get bad, right? Because I do like First Take on ESPN, right? And everything that Stephen A does, even though people think that he's just putting on a show and acting or whatever, right?
Yeah,
it's hard to be always on the way that he is, right? It's hard, right? And he does make the show. That's why he got paid. I think he got $100 million deal too, right? He's not Howard Stern money, but he's doing well, right? And his podcast, I think, has over 1 million subs. Like, so he's doing well for himself, right? He's a name out there. They're throwing out his name for becoming president or running for it, and he kind of leaned into all of that. I just hope that the content stays okay and it doesn't become politicized or censored in any kind of way, because that's the dangerous thing when these
Disney.
Well, Disney's one, but if these sports, like, it's not just sports, when the thing that you're talking about owns a little bit of your company, it's weird. It's weird.
It's definitely weird.
Google, YouTube kind of situation, right? If like
openly say whatever the hell you feel like.
Imagine if like Apple owned Instagram, or like it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. You don't want people to monopolize those kind of things, right?
For sure.